Hello. So, we have passed the first stage of the challenger stage. Okay, it was a little close. You know, had to make it the last day. Liquid. Had to beat. Uh, I forgot who it was, but they had to beat somebody. And it was a very, very close. But that's what I predicted. I wanted to, have a little bit of a challenge. So, this time around, going into the next stage with our silver coin, that should become a diamond by the end of this. So we are on to the next stage, the legend stage. 16 teams, 8 from challenger, 8 already qualified to legend automatically from the regional qualifiers. Now, this is the time. Top 8 teams make playoffs and get to play in the last CSGO major, which is in France. This is where teams need to rise up and become winners. So, wrong scene. Let's go to this one. So, let's go to these pickems. Lower my monitor a little bit. Alright, so, I've already pretty much selected who I think is going to go through. So we'll just go from left to right. Navi. I think it's pretty obvious to put them through. Let me adjust this a little bit. Alright, Navi. Pretty obvious. I think most people are going to put them through. I don't think they'll go 3-0. Maybe 3-1. Small chance of a 3-2, but I do think 3-1. I don't think they're consistent enough to go 3-0, but we'll see. They can, but they will probably go through. 9, I actually will be putting through. I'll put them over here. 9 are actually under. I think they can beat any of these teams in here. I think they're a good team, and I'm going to put them through to qualify for playoffs. Furia, they're not that good. I'm just going to say it. They're not really that good. They have good players, but they're not that good, per se. Quesarado and Yuri, very good players. Everybody else, hit or miss. Art, not too much, kind of not that good. Drop, the Opper, or is it Drop or Saf? I think Saf's the Opper. Well, the Opper, I'm pretty sure it's, I want to say Saf is the Opper. Safi or whatever. Not that good. Drop, not that good either. So, yeah. Don't really expect them to qualify. Fnatic, they are not going to qualify. I don't think they're good. They just aren't consistent. Their IGL has never IGL before, so I think that's a thing too. Mezzi, or I don't think he's ever IGL before. So yeah. Heroic, they've made playoffs every single major since the return. Really good. They've always had really good runs in the group stage, and then playoffs is where usually, depending, like they made finals last time, so yeah. We have Into the Breach. I'm actually going to put Into the Breach to go 0-3. I really don't think they're good at, good. If we're being honest, they kind of had a lucky run to go into Legend Stage. They did have a good game against a Navi during the regional qualifiers where they lost in OT. And then the only teams they really beat are let's check. Okay, hold on, I have to open this. HLTV. And let me try on display capture. Turn this off. Okay. So if we look into the breach, right? And we look at who they beat during the regional, right? So Europe Group A, they got third. They beat Sprout, who was already doing horrible, and they brought in Azur at the time to IGL, who hasn't played CS in I think over a year now, or a year and a half, something like that. And he was IGLing, which is horrible. VP, we already know they did really bad that tournament. There was something wrong with them. And then B&A, which they yeah. So I just don't think they're that good, if I'm being honest. They really aren't that good in my opinion. So yeah, I think they'll go 0-3. Next is Vitality. I think it's kind of obvious. It's like their tournament they want to win. If they could win any tournament, it's going to be this tournament. Crack open a Coke. Diet Coke. Coke Zero. Anyway. Vitality. Don't think they're... I think they're getting through. B&E. Not really. Ents. I think Ents can do good this tournament. I think they're gonna hit a stride to where they'll make playoffs in my opinion. I think they're on a stride right now, where they're kind of like peaking really good right now. Apex, don't think they're gonna make it through. FaZe, I do think they're gonna make it through. And then now we have a 3-0 and NIP, Monte, Team Liquid, Gamer Legion. These are kind of like my last teams. Maybe Apex too, like I have them here. And 3-0, I could put one of these teams, but I don't want to risk my pick. So like say I put like Heroic here. If they lose one game, I don't get this pick cemented. I'd rather keep them in like they just have to qualify, which they will. So for 3-0, we'll put like just a team that if somehow they go 3-0, I don't know. And for me, it'd probably be between Apex and NIP. Liquid are not. I don't know. Monte is definitely not going 3-0. And Gamer Legion. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think they got it. So if I had to put a team to go 3-0, I'm gonna put Apex purely because I think they have a good. I think all their players are decent to where they're not individually bad, and I do think they have firepower. So I do think if they play all the games right and they get certain matchups that work in their favor, they can go 3-0. So like, let's say they're versing. Hold on, I forgot. I think they're versing Monte in their first opening. No, okay. So Apex is playing Into the Breach in their first game. Hold on, let me switch to this one. Okay, they're playing Apex in their first game, right? Or Into the Breach. They should win this. And then if they win this, they're already up 1-0. And then let's say they get like another match where they like verse someone like Fury or Monte, right? Let's say they verse one of them. Or maybe even like NIP or Fnatic or BNE or Ends, right? First one of those teams, right? They could easily go 2-0, and then they're in BO3s. So, yeah, I do think they have a chance. I think they're the team I'd go to for 3-0, just if some way, I don't think they will, but if some way the draws favor them, they can go 3-0. So yeah. The only teams I put for 3-0 out of the left ones is either Apex, NIP, or Gamer Legion. That's it. So yeah. Anyway, these are my picks. Road to Diamond Coin. We got just this stage, which starts tomorrow. And then we have the champion stage, which will be very hyped. So, if you want a diamond coin, okay? If you want a diamond coin, you better follow these picks. Diamond coin for the win. Thank you. That is all I have to say.